I'm so relieved I get to finally make this video.
I have a question for you on this test.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand the questions?
We'll stay for as much of it as we can. We must be out shortly, though.
We must be out shortly.
Unless you've been living under a rock like good old Patrick Starr, there are a lot of pretty big things that have happened in the past 70 or so years. World War II, partnership and sudden breakup of Donald Musk and Elon Trump, passenger pigeon going extinct, Sydney Sweeney selling her bathwater, and Scientology. Hearing about this blasphemy, I wasn't gonna just let things slide. I had to take matters into my own hands, my own little grippers, my paws. I had to take it all in, so I did it. I bought Sydney Sweeney's bathwater after I joined Scientology. Now, my mama ain't let me use electronics growing up until the very last week of 8th grade. And so until then, I've always been fascinated in all things religion, culture, geography, human body, particularly what's in between and even cults, guns. So you best believe that when the Church of Scientology opened up near me, I had to be the one to go there. Not many times have there been instances where people have been able to do so while recording or making it public. And if they ever did, it was only for a day, not even a few hours. So we planned it out. Planned it out the way we should. We didn't want to go in with this whole let's take down Scientology point of view, because as we see time and time again, that's never been successful. And anybody who tries ended up nearly regretting it. We went in with a very neutral stance. None of this was an attempt to expose or reveal any secrets about Scientology. It was more so along the lines of, look, if you want to join. This is what it looks like, at least based off our experience. If you know anything about Scientology, you're probably familiar with the fact that the most popular tactic they use is having an employee wait outside their church, like your ex-girlfriend at a Hello Kitty pop-up church, just passing out pamphlets that people seem to never really even want. And so we had to pose as one of these people walking by, because Scientology does not really want people who know about Scientology, believe it or not. Just like that old man from Family Guy, they want to reel you in when you're most vulnerable. So let's get into it.
Do you know Greg Cardo?
I've heard of him.
You have? Okay, so I found Scientology from him.
Correct.
And his wife, who's an actress, and he's like this amazing,
Awesome.
guy.
You have connections to him?
I do.
Damn, you're cool.
Well, I mean, I'm not like best friends with him.
Yeah.
He just knew my team that I was working with in California.
I feel that.
Okay.
Do you need help?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
So will I be like spiritually awakened if I go in there?
Spiritually awakened.
To be honest, I think that because you guys are already actually more aware of wanting to know if there is something, I think you're already more awake than most people.
Yeah.
Versus some people are not really there at all. Like they don't really
They're like
care.
NPCs.
And how long have you been a part of Scientology?
I've been working here as a volunteer for 1 year.
For 1 year?
Yeah.
And what was your name again? Nice to meet you. I'm Tyrone.
Tyrone and Tony.
Yeah, so
Yeah, we went in with fake names. Obviously, we was not finna give them our real name. I don't even give my girlfriend my real name. And that's because I don't even got a girlfriend. But besides that, I'm Tyrone Serbianovich. That's Tony Balsakovic. To be fair, it's Tony Balsakovic, but because the way it's spelled, they said Balsakovic, which is perfect. You may recognize him from this one song.
To Amazon to get you a frame antenna. It intercepts the signal of a key fob up to 30 feet.
So we got to do the same thing as the first guy who knocks out an all-boys sleepover. Take it inside.
Oh, you want to come with me?
Yeah, if we're able to.
You were gonna say something? Were you? So it's kind of addressed as such. Well, yeah, this is just the history of it. So it used to be like a art craft building. So it's now we restored it to its former glory. So it's basically like a historic landmark. This whole thing. It's mainly like where I work and volunteer.
Awesome. She really said volunteer. One of the biggest rumors about Scientology, the human trafficking accusations between employees. We see time and time again that some are required to work over 100 hours a week for under $50. That's not $50 a day. That's $50 total for that week. They call these the Sea Org. Scientology basically moves in phases. What sucks about being part of the Sea Org, in my opinion, is that you're basically the bottom of the food chain. Because most of the time, you can't even move up. You're working really long hours for really low pay for the excuse that your room and board is covered. A tiny room you might have to share with 6 people too. When being a part of the Sea Org, you're not allowed to convey any concepts of Scientology into your own words whatsoever, or have kids get married outside of the religion. Otherwise, you're facing disconnection, which is indeed the process of removal from the whole religion. After disconnection, you can't talk about anything Scientology related, and you also can't talk to anybody in Scientology. Your friends, your family, whoever's a part of it still is not allowed to talk to either. Otherwise, they're also facing disconnection, and you're probably going to face potentially even worse things. And on top of that, you're often the one who has to take all the shit and all the blame for the controversy revolved around the religion you're a part of. Because the people who really benefit off this so-called religion are the ones at the top. And they're not even the ones who have to slave outside and get practically harassed all day long, which are said to be either OT8, OT10, or OT11. This falls in line with the secrecy of the religion, as nobody even knows who these individuals are. These are not to be spoken about if you're in the cult, and if you do just so happen to ask the wrong person, guess what? Disconnection.
Hi, welcome in.
Hello.
If you guys could just fill this out, put your name and like what you're interested in. I think it says personality test on here.
Sounds good.
Sure.
So just put your name.
Must I put all this info?
No, I'm gonna help you with it because you won't know all this info. Anyways.
Alrighty.
Because if you haven't seen certain things, you won't know. But I'll go over it with you. So you just put your name, the date, which today is the 20th, May 20th.
Yeah, we actually convinced her we're so fucking stupid we didn't know the date.
Your current address.
Must I put that?
If you don't mind. That would be
I
great.
would prefer not to. Yeah, I
Okay,
don't really give many
Just put your phone
places.
number.
Sounds good. I just checked that I got a
Yeah.
new phone.
If you don't want to, that's fine. Sometimes they'll send you, well, me, because they
Yeah.
literally go to me, like an information packet or
Yeah.
whatever.
Two things. One, anybody who puts their real address or info ends up getting contacted by them for the next, really goes over 40 years. That's not a myth. People who've done it 40 years ago have confirmed that. Two, ignore Tinder. I only used it for one day. It wasn't going good. I promise I deleted it.
I had a friend that was in Scientology. But he lived. No.
Oh my gosh. I guess
He's no
you
longer a
have
part of it.
a friend, maybe?
Yeah.
What happened?
He didn't really tell me much. I haven't spoke to him much since then, but
Have you heard of the Scientology network?
no.
Put no, and then you can just skip to the bottom. And then it
Sounds
says,
good.
what are you most interested in? And then it'll say, like, personality test or whatever.
Right. Get that and the Dynetics.
Anything that you feel like you're most interested in, and then I can actually show it to you.
Alrighty.
So if I check mark all of these, you can show all of it to me.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna be
Or
here
you
for
can
a
do like
minute.
you can do a
Even this Joe Biden ass motherfucker laughing. Oh my god, you know damn well he been here for.
self-guided tour as well. There you go. But actually, it's really simple. Like even if I were to show you everything, it would take like 5 minutes.
Have a successful marriage, how to raise a happy family.
Yeah, we have all those things here. They're all called life improvement courses. Like some people do that here. It depends on the person.
So if a person got no morals or values, they could come here and learn morals and values.
Yeah, there's a personal values and integrity course.
You guys have like all the answers. The majority.
Remember when I said the main job of the Sea Org was to sell the books and basically hold the front? That's Dianetics. Elron Hubard, the failed science fiction writer who created the religion in the 50s, is worshipped beyond the role of Jesus in Christianity. He is basically glazed more than a Krispy Kreme kitchen. Ironic considering he himself has a quote along the lines of, "You don't get rich writing fiction, you get rich making a religion." If you bring this up to a Scientologist, you're cooked. Anytime Elron Hubbard is brought up, we basically have to take the thank you bounces that you see on TikTok. If you don't know what that means, you're probably employed. It basically is just writing.
Thank you.
You get like a free session,
Alright.
which normally costs $125, but you get it for free here.
Yeah.
I don't know how long you guys will be here for, but I would totally jump on that.
We're in town for like the week, but we may come back to Chicago. How you doing?
Oh yeah. What's your name?
Tony.
Tony?
Yep.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Tyrone.
Tyrone. Wow, T. I love that T name.
Yeah.
Love it. I love this hat.
I appreciate it.
Super cool. Show you around?
So they specifically came in to do the personality test.
No way, let's do it.
Alrighty.
Yeah,
Okay, let's do it.
Sounds good. Morning. My days are the same, ma'am. I apologize.
That fake ass laugh was OD. I ain't gonna lie, that shit was pitiful.
Have a seat.
Alrighty.
Have a seat. We just opened about a year ago. Well, I'll explain it. This is the answer sheet, okay? It's not a time test. Take as long as you want. There's no wrong answers, okay?
Alrighty.
I'm gonna print one more of those because they're just a really hot commodity.
Sounds good.
You know, you might have them around.
Great pencils. This is shiny. Like my future.
I don't know, especially if we stay here.
Yeah.
We're gonna find out everything.
Oh, okay, no problem. Okay, so yeah, Tony, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tony can get started. So fill out your information. You'll
Yeah.
see a minus, and then an M, and then a plus. So minus is no, M is maybe,
Alright.
plus is yes.
Plus.
So just answer it as like truthfully as possible on how you feel right now. Not like, well, when I was 6, I did this once. But
Alright.
like, how would you feel right in this present?
Sounds good.
We just input it, and it comes out in this graph, and we'll go over your results.
Yo, I was gonna put my ex's address.
Go ahead, bro. Fine shit. What was the blonde chick's name again?
Church of Scientology shit.
Scientology shit. Whoa. Hey, she said no talking though. Oh, what if at some point during the tour we're walking and the and the and the piano falls on my head. I'm pissing, bro. Whooped her.
Oh, hell, whoop.
Beautiful. Okay, good. That's what I created for you, and then
Perfect.
at this time you can just like I wanted to show you something. So okay, this is Dianetics, this is Scientology. So
Awesome.
I'm just gonna show you like the intro video while I grade it, so that you're like entertained
Yeah.
and you can learn at the same time. But yeah, you can just watch this intro video, and it's really short, and then you can just toggle through if you want to watch more, or just go to the next one.
So your
Yeah, I'm
papa.
just gonna show you guys this video while I grade
Do
everything.
you know someone who has never fully recovered from a serious loss in life? Or a traumatic experience?
That's has to be.
Years upset or irrational behavior?
I'm trying to lock in.
The painful experiences of
How you fuck that up? Let it play.
Do you know someone who has never fully recovered from a serious loss in life?
Bye, babe.
Is that your buddy?
That's my cousin.
Oh, really?
Yes,
That's
hello.
Cool. Aw. So do you live here in Chicago?
We just moved here like a year ago.
No way.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yes, ma'am. A country called Albania.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they're genuinely. I can show you if you want.
Really? You're from
Yes.
Albania?
Yeah, you know.
That is really awesome.
You know anybody from Albania?
I know someone from Macedonia.
Really?
Yeah.
Like here in
I just
Chicago?
was- No, my grade school teacher was from Albania.
A
And
grade
her whole
school
family-
around here?
No, Florida.
At first, I was almost certain she was capping here because not only as an Albanian myself would I never assume that there are Scientologist Albanians. You know that whole sales tactic where you want to relate to the customer? But then that night I was reviewing footage at home and every name she gave me for her teacher and the kids ended up matching up. There is indeed a Scientologist Albanian family that's pretty popular within that community. Not only did all the names match, but to top it off, she is a teacher as well. I put it on my TikTok and fun fact, many people claim to know that teacher. I was even more shocked to find out that Albania actually plays an interesting role in Scientology. It was one of the first countries to recognize them as a religion, and Scientologists actually celebrate that as they have their own Albanian Recognition Day. But also not too surprising at the same time because Albania does indeed have a history of being a non-religious country that got taken advantage of repeatedly throughout history. You know who was capping though? Your mom when she said she loved you? Me to this poor Scientologist lady.
I used to live in Florida for a little bit in Clearwater.
Sure.
Why would I lie to you about that?
I don't know.
I have. How do you want me to prove it to you? I have all my cousins in Florida. I could call them if you want.
That's really crazy.
Yes,
You know
ma'am. Why?
That's where I'm from.
Clearwater? Yeah.
I grew up there. My teacher was a Scientologist. She happened to be.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never met an Albanian in Scientology.
Also, in case you didn't know, Florida has the biggest population of Scientologists along with LA. So much so that they have their own towns that are basically just Scientologists.
Been a Scientologist for a long time, and her whole family, and they're doing very well, very successful. How did you come across Clearwater, Florida?
How I came across it?
Yeah, did your family move there? Or what?
No, I stood with my uncle for a little bit of time, and he was in Clearwater, and that was only for like 6 months until the tragedy happened. So I just kind of I moved out.
Oh, what happened?
Just some stuff I kind of had to like leave from. Me and my cousin Tony, not as much with me and him, but like more so with him that I had also I got into college, so I go to school around here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something bad happened.
Watch what Amir does here, because Amir is really smart for this. I bring up that fake traumatic event with my uncle that I used to live with, and then I try and brush that away with I got into college here, which is why I moved here. The reason I did that is to see which one she bounces off. Because as mentioned, Scientology is a succubus for your trauma. Had she just kept that conversation going off of my college where I left off, it basically meant that they're not interested in me and being a part of what they got going on. Which happens a lot because Scientology is actually very selective with the people they pick. And our guests, sexy gingers and cowboy hats, are at the top of that list.
I'm taking it.
Not really, no. Not quite.
I understand you don't want to really talk.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's totally okay. Not a problem. Well, Tyrone, I have a question for you on this test.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand the questions?
Yes. To an extent.
Okay. I can kind of see that from the test.
Right.
Yeah. Do you do well in school, or you have a little bit of difficulty?
I'm a terrible test taker, multiple choice. Everything I do, I thrive in this program called Restorative Justice, which is it's my brain can't process anything multiple choice, no matter how hard I try. So it's partially kind of probably what happened on that test.
How are you doing in school?
I'm doing good, I'd say. I only have A's and B's, so that's pretty solid.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you ever cheat?
What was that?
Do you ever cheat?
Do I retreat?
Do you ever cheat?
Do I ever cheat, like in school? Well, now that AI is a thing, I think everybody cheats. It's more so using your resources rather than cheating, I'd say.
Sure, I understand. Okay, fair enough. No problem. Well, what led you to coming here? Has something happened where you feel like, I don't know, it's kind of shitty in your life and you couldn't forgive the person and it kind of made you feel cold, or like, give me an understanding of what's actually manifested itself in your life.
I was in a mafia when I was younger, back in Albania. And I noticed it correlates a lot with gang violence in, well, mostly Chicago, from what I know. But I know in the U.S., like, gangs are kind of like a problem amongst youth. That's something that I really pertained with. As a lot of my childhood was taken away from me, kind of having no other choice but to blend in with those who raised me to kind of be a criminal and side with really who I shouldn't have. Yeah. What was the question again? Tony, she said she had an Albanian teacher in Scientology when she was
You got
younger.
an Albanian teacher in Scientology? Does she
That's
still work
crazy.
here?
Not here. She works in Florida. Where
Florida?
remember when I lived in Clearwater?
Oh, yeah,
with
yeah.
Ragim?
With Fatim, yeah. That's what's up.
Tony Balsakovich almost sold the fucking clip here. I said his name was Ragim, he said his name was Fatim, but fuck it, we ball.
So Fatim is not your dad?
Fatim doesn't exist.
No. Fatim.
It's
We're
different.
the thing with Albanian cousins is a lot of times they're not even cousins. They just
Okay,
cousins.
so Jess and I are cousins then too.
Awesome. Me and Jess are cousins
Albanian
too.
cousins.
Okay, so ready? So this
Airball.
is Dynetics, the modern science of mental health. So this is the one that you guys watched over there.
Whereas the
Right?
big one.
Yeah, I don't know if you got to see this yet, really.
Yeah.
Quickly. But okay. And then over here it says
2 hours later.
Dynetics gets rid of the reactive mind, and it's the only thing that it does. And actually she has had enough auditing where she no longer has the reactive mind.
That's not true. You can't just get rid of the ability to act rather than think off of reoccurring $125 paid sessions.
So you're actually talking to someone really special right now who
Damn.
literally like is the true testament
I got to talk to her.
of this book. Yeah.
Crazy.
So anyways, like
Do they have like pirated versions of these on the internet?
no,
Silly
because,
goose.
you know, that would be messed up.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of have a question because you said pirated. That means like just some random
Stolen.
thing.
No, it's pirated is like,
Yeah,
like you know how you
knockoff.
find free PD, not really
Yeah.
knockoff, but
You know, like
you got
1, 2, 3 movies,
like
how
a
you-
textbook in school. Instead of paying $200 for it, you get it for free, as you should, kind of. Yeah.
I get what you're saying. Like, have you heard stuff about Scientology? I kind of get this like feeling that like you've heard a little bit about it, and you're kind of like just laughing a little bit about whatever you heard.
No, not at all. I spoke to her more about it.
did?
I'm a person who I've been in a lot of situations in life, but one thing I've always learned is that I don't like to lean off whatever somebody else has said. I like to get that
Okay.
experience for myself. But in terms of Scientology, if that was something I'd laugh at it online as opposed to coming all the way into
gotcha.
and doing a personality and giving a good amount of my information. I know I didn't give my address, but I don't give anybody that info.
I feel like the only thing laughable is kind of like what he said about the stuff that you see online. That's kind of like what we were talking about.
Yeah.
They be having like these crazy narratives about it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Well, I really appreciate that you guys came in, and I really
Yeah.
appreciate that you seem like the type of people that you don't want to be sold on something. You want to look at it for yourself and experience it.
Correct.
Yeah.
So the only reason that we're explaining this book is that, like I said, you get that free session,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and it's like $125 value. So if you want to get it, great. Otherwise, you know, I told he's like our counterpart at night. He's super cool. Been in Scientology for a really long time. Totally ask him questions, and like I was telling Tyrone, like you guys can come here anytime.
She didn't de-stress this a lot. Basically, that I'm welcome there 24/7.
We have people that come in every single day, so like
Yeah.
you never know who we're gonna meet. You know
To
what
be
I mean?
like converting people, like do they like?
Mostly like you, they're curious. They want to find out, and we have a ton of books on it, and you know, we don't want to push anything on you. You know what I mean? It's not
Yeah.
we're
If
not salesmen.
feel free to not answer, but like what made you guys so certain that Scientology was something you'd devote so much time to?
That's a good question. I mean, like I don't know if Liv has a different answer than me, but like I actually just saw that it works.
Mhm.
Like even if you don't, like for example, I received an auditing session before I even read anything. I was like, oh guys, I'm too messed up. I don't know if you're gonna be able to fix me. I had comments like that coming out of my mouth. okay?
Yeah.
But like right after, like my sessions that I had done, my whole life changed. Like literally 2 months after, I made like $10,000 right away. I like became a Spotify artist, and I had like 4,000 monthly listeners right away.
You make music?
I make music.
Let's
Like,
hear the
everything-
music.
I'll share it with you guys. I'll share it
Awesome.
with you guys if you left your number.
Yeah.
But
You got like a page and everything.
Yeah.
I'll
Spotify?
totally
Okay.
will
She's super active on
share
her
it with you.
Instagram. As
Awesome.
Well.
We just came off tour.
Yeah.
We make music
There
as
you
well.
go. See, yeah, we have
Yeah.
total connection on that. But like I, for example, was holding myself back on that.
You know what they
Yeah.
call you?
Yeah, sure.
No, she doesn't know
What
her
do they call me?
her own artist name.
This is actually
Silly
my real
goose.
name.
And now is the part where I'm going to blue ball you and tell you no, I am not leaking it. There's a lot of things I can't put in these videos for my safety and Tony Balsakovich's safety, including questions like how long we were in Scientology and certain rooms we were in, etc. Notice that I've even been cutting out their names. I've been getting a lot of heat for it in my comments. Y'all think I'm trying to gatekeep Shorty. I promise you I'm not. The human species is really weird, especially male counterparts. So even though she falls in line with a religion and belief that I don't exactly align with, I can't make it that accessible.
Yeah, honey, totally go. And then I texted Dave.
Awesome. Perfect. Thank you.
See us?
Hopefully. Thank you.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
What's going on in that room?
That's a chapel.
Let me just say the chapel room was weird as fuck. In case you can't tell, there's nothing really crazy in this episode. These are only our first 7 days or week or so within the cult, which is why I'm hopefully having part 2 coming soon, and that's gonna have a lot different stuff. Like, it's gonna be much better, I promise.
It's events. We have like events.
Which is very different from what we were told weeks later when we asked. Ended up sneaking in for a split second a few weeks later prior to the juicy shit. And they basically just closed the doors on us and had us get out. So whatever goes on in the chapel room was not for us to know.
Is that something we're able to see too, or?
You want to look inside?
The
like
chapel, isn't that like a speech or something?
Yeah, like we have events there. We had like a whole Dianetics event there on Saturday that you guys would have totally been invited to if I knew you earlier.
Yeah, no, we made the plan to come Sunday.
Oh, you're gonna come Sunday? But it was about Dianetics because we had like a whole release. So like for example, like I'm telling you all the books that we have, but we literally got an ebook release. I think I told you. It's $60, but it's an ebook. So there was a release on that, and there were like a whole bunch of new books that were like basically released, you know. But anyways, yeah, like, do you have any other questions about that?
Are we able to stay and watch the speech rather than that?
No, it's not a speech. This is a
like
staff.
an empty room almost?
You can look inside. It's not a speech. I don't know if they're having like maybe. It's Tuesday, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you can stay for the TV night at 7 o'clock.
It's at 7?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, okay, perfect. So you could come back and there's gonna be food at 7.
Awesome.
But like right now, they're having a staff meeting.
Yeah, sounds
so
good.
So this is for the staff only, basically.
Alrighty.
You're not really gonna. It's not really.
Yeah, no, we're just curious.
It's more just like, but they're probably just trying to coordinate, like, because every Tuesday night at 7 they have movie night.
Yeah.
Basically, so you can just stay and watch. But like, they're probably just coordinating everything for tonight because there's 2 different teams. There's me and Olivia's team. And now and I usually normally leave at 6.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I literally just spent all this time with you guys because like, I care about like helping people. Like, that's why we're here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the plan. Ready?
Alrighty.
I'm gonna show you the movie.
All right.
And then, I don't really know how long it is, but let's just see. I'm just curious.
You guys watch like movie night? You guys watch like Scientology movie? Or just like you guys like...
It could be like a documentary about something, like maybe an artist who's a Scientologist or whatever. Depends on what they're playing tonight. I don't know. Yeah. But anyways, when you guys get out, you need to call me, okay?
Sounds
and let me know.
Alrighty.
Do you think you're actually gonna buy it tonight or no? Or are you still doing your research?
It's not about research. It's just about whether we feel like coming back or not.
What are you looking for? Like, what exactly are you like trying to find? Are you trying to find something wrong with it, or are you like trying to find like
a reason to cling into it? Rather, this Scientology is not the only church we've walked into.
I want to figure you out.
Interesting.
You're kind of like an interesting guy to me because you're coming in here and you're like, I'm not gonna get it.
I'm blushing. I'm blushing.
Because I'm calling you out. That's why.
Yeah.
But I just want to know, like,
about finding ins and outs, so you better chill
out.
out.
I'm a very blunt person, as you can probably tell. I'm a very, like, whoop, I just go right in. But the thing is like, and I make you laugh.
Yeah.
The thing is I'm very blunt.
Is that gonna happen else?
I was like, we shut the fuck. Next time a shorty don't fuck with me, I'ma show her Scientology shit. How she all up on my case and shit. That's real love and shit. So regardless, I'ma end up dying happy and shit.
Oh damn it! What, did I say something?
No, you.
Whatever. But like, listen. So I am very blunt. I don't care what anyone says or like what they try to make fun of Scientology. I can give 0 shits. Okay.
As you should.
As I should. What I really care about is
if you like had a hold of those people, would you do something similar to like what like Hitler did in the 40s to them?
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
Tony Balsakovich has more turnovers than points right now. Thank God he has a teammate like me.
Sorry, I don't understand your question.
Or would you just brainwash them? And just not brainwash them, but would you try converting them? Or would you just laugh?
He means would you give them like
the... me in a really weird category.
No, he's not the best. He's not the best at wording. Let me. Can I speak for you before you sound stupid? No, not at all. What he means is because would you still show them the? I don't want to say respect, but you said you're invested in.
Would you try helping them, or would you?
Yeah, like how you're invested into like giving us your ordeal. Would you like?
Would you just brush them off, type of?
I don't know if I would get in contact with something like that. I'm here to make the able more able. I'm not like like people that are already able, right, doing well in life. I just want to help them do better.
Right, and then the people
As
who
for
don't,
people that are psychotics, I'm not
just
gonna go
leave
and
them
handle
alone.
them right away.
Okay.
Like, why would I go do that? I'm just trying to shoot myself in the foot. You know
Right,
what
it's
I
like
mean?
talking.
There's two types of people. There's people that actually want help, and there's people that are just not there.
Yeah.
I can go waste my time with one person for hours, or I can actually go help somebody who's ready to
Right,
help
it's like
me
talking to a
help.
brick wall, almost.
Why would I do that? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay. When a hypnotist installs a positive suggestion in an unconscious subject, he can make that person unknowingly act irrationally.
Good.
Anyone who has been hypnotized has been placed in a state of partial unconsciousness.
Roughly 80% of our time in Scientology was just watching these movies. Really weird because almost every movie was the same. It would be the same concept and plot and everything, just different actors. The one hallucination clip you saw earlier was probably the only bit of variety we had in our whole time there. Throughout Scientology, you see repetition a lot when you're actually in it, and the goal of that is to get you in a septic state so that no choice but to eat whatever you're being fed.
I'm gonna grab a little water.
How are you?
Good.
I like your hat.
I appreciate you. What's your name, ma'am?
Lisa.
Lisa? I'm Tyrone. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
We're from a different country. It's called Albania. We moved here recently.
Really?
Yeah.
Welcome.
How long have you been with the community?
So I moved here in February. It was 2 years.
Yeah.
I love it.
The movie nights were every Tuesday. Those were especially weirder. We'd always have sign-up sheets and everybody would claim they're going in terms of staff.
Sign-up sheets downstairs would always have names on them, but yet nobody would come.
And every time we went, we were the only ones there along with one other employee.
So I'm interested in your feedback after you've seen these.
We'll stay for as much of it as we can. We must be out shortly though. We'll stay for, what time did we have to be there? 7:45?
Yeah, well, maybe
Yeah.
early.
Yeah. So the first program I end at 7:30.
Sounds good.
So if you can watch all of that, then I'll be right out here. And Amy, nice to see you. And I'll be right outside. I'm just interested in getting your feedback at the end.
Sounds good. We'll do just that.
Excellent.
Thank you, ma'am.
Enjoy.
Dude, we're alone.
I know.
Okay, it's valid.
I feel like these chips have chips in them.
Over.
Did you like it?
We were invested for a good portion of it. I recalled that whole sequence where the pregnant lady fell, and then what do they call it, like reaction off? It was on the Dianetics section.
To, like scenarios similar to that when you think about your daily life.
Sure, absolutely. That's right. So that's true. So it reiterated that.
Yeah.
Good, very good. Makes sense?
It does indeed.
Does this sound interesting to you?
It does. It's very interesting. We're hoping to be back soon.
Yup.
Yes,
They still here or did they sit in?
Might be here, but usually they leave at 6.
All of them would claim that their shifts are 9 to 6, but yet they'd be there all day. There were times we were there at 10 or 11 p.m. and they were still there.
6.
They're the day crew. They were the night crew.
What is offered here at night?
Same thing.
Same thing.
We're just
We put our numbers in.
you fill out one of those cards.
Yeah, we filled everything out. They have everything of us. We missed you. You're supposed to be like, I missed you too. You in a fertile ass position right now.
No, you could have
What
tapped.
they got in here? Yo, what they got? Damn, they got Scientology cafe in this bitch. If they have Albania, I'm copying ASAP.
Would you read it in that language, or do you know?
Yeah, it's more. We sound better in English than we can read, unfortunately.
You sound like a native
Native?
American.
Oh, that's a compliment.
You sound like a Native American.
Like
just
Potawatomi.
not an Indian, but like you were born here in the United States.
You fuck.
Can we order just one, or do we have to order a whole box?
It would say something like Mahonks Bibi Lushin on it. Mahonks? Yeah, Bibi Lushin. Just say it all together. Mahonks Bibi Lushin.
Mahonks Bibi Lush.
Yes, sir.
Did I say it pretty well?
You said it great.
No, we're gonna say Mahonks Kari.
Mahonks Karin, maybe.
Mahonks?
Mahonks, yes.
Mahonks Kardin?
Indeed. Did you miss us this time? Good answer. For a long time. That's why I'm here. All for you.
A little exchange over who gets to do the invoice serves as proof that there is some sort of incentive for selling a book, and gaining a sign up. I want to be clear that the sign up that they first do, the one we did in this video, it's not you joining the cult or the religion or whatever. That's just so they have you in their database so that they can send you email and everything. You're not officially a member yet. You'll become a member in the next episode that I will post soon. Here's the book I ended up getting. I'm going to put my membership card right here. You typically earn that within 3 to 6 months of being in the cult. There are instances where people have earned it in more time or even time as little as just a few hours.
No, we got to get it signed. Can you sign it for us for the memories?
I
Hell yeah.
guess so.
So that way when it blows up on Spotify, we could remember.
You guys are so funny.
For real?
Okay,
Say
so
Pasha
we're gonna
Zoltan.
rank it. Normally it's 22.05, but I can make it 21.
Oh,
Fine,
thank you
that's
so
fine.
much. I get the Albanian discount.
Wait, that's in English, no?
Yeah, we couldn't find it, the Albanian one.
We have to like practice like back and forth, like reading words.
Popcorn.
Yeah, I got popcorn reading goofy mother.
Okay, so Tyrone.
Serbianovic. Thanks.
And then what is your address?
You
Well,
just
it
put
just
mine.
has to be like
We live together. You just put mine.
Not really.
13th Street.
That's you?
That's me.
I love it. You sound like Post Malone. Or you
I'm gonna
can
kill
sing like-
myself. I'm gonna kill my. I'm gonna.
I
Sound
love
like Lil
it.
Pump.
Is it on Spotify? Send it to me.
I'll send it to you. I got your number from him. I'll send it.
And also my
Yeah. I'll peep your IG. I'll send it.
I would so listen to that every day. In
Thank
my
you.
car.
I think she wants to listen to
Yeah,
it.
she live right. She heard it from a mile away.
I don't think she wants to listen to it.
You guys are funny. Okay, you guys grew on me. I like you now. Can I sign here?
Wherever you desire.
Yeah, here it is. I still have it wrapped. This is because I'm doing a giveaway. I know that's something a bit weird to put in a giveaway, but trust me, it makes sense. As some of you may know from my other platforms, I'm not monetizing anything Scientology related. For many reasons, to be honest, but at the end of the day, profiting off of Scientology is kind of risky. So instead, I used my other videos that I have, TikTok particular. All the money I got from those, I ended up putting into a charity where I'm going to sell Albanian flags that I make. And all the money is going to an Albanian charity that I selected and believe in. One lucky-ish person is going to get the book and their shipping. So if you want to donate for a good cause, I will put the website down below when it is available. And thank you all for watching. Look forward to part 2 because I'm telling you, there's a lot more.
Awesome. You want to sit down?
Yes, ma'am. Oh, fuck. Okay. Oh, shit.
Wow.
Oh, my back. I'm playing. I'm good. You're nothing but a fat Albanian ginger.
Walking and walking with
Okay, yeah.
Hey, can I see your sunglasses real quick?
So you're recording, right? That's the camera.
No, that can't record even if I wanted to. You can Google the type of glasses they are.
Okay.